plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now let us see what is d here, what is x1, x2, y1 and y2. First of all, we have to understand what is distance formula. Distance formula basically is to calculate the distance between two given points. Suppose we have 2 points A and B, and we have to calculate the distance between these 2 points, that is like this. We have to calculate the distance D. So D basically is the distance between these two given points. Now what is x1, x2 and y1, y2? A point A, here it has coordinate x1, y1 and point B has coordinate x2 and y2. Now to understand this, first of all we have to understand the Cartesian plane. Here this is the Cartesian plane. We have one vertical line and one horizontal line. This is the horizontal line, this is known as x-axis. This is a vertical line, this is known as your y-axis. We have points which are at equidistance from each other, and this is the point where these two lines intersect each other. This is O. This is known as your origin O. Now if we have to draw a given point, for example, if we have to draw point A 2, 3, A 2, 3, that means this is x and this is y. This is x coordinate of point A and this is y coordinate of point A. We write it as this is x and this is y, like this. Now this is positive direction of x-axis, this is negative direction of x-axis, this is positive direction of y-axis, this is negative direction of y-axis. Now from this region we have to calculate what is x. X is 2, that is 1, 2. We have 2 here. Then what is y? Y is 3. 3 from here, 1, 2 and 3. This is the point A, that is 2, 3. So we can represent the point A in a Cartesian plane as A, 2, 3, where 2 is point on x-axis and 3 is point on the y-axis. Similarly, if we have point B like this, point B, let us suppose it is 5 and 3. It is 5 and 3. Now what is 5? 5 is x. What is 3? 3 is y. 5x, x and 3 is y. Now start from here. Origin O, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the point B, that is 5 and 3. And we have to calculate the distance between these two given points, that is AB. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate distance AB, which is equal to D. Distance AB, that is equal to D. This distance is to be calculated with our formula, that is known as your distance formula. So these points are represented on this Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane, that is 0. This is origin. Origin, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is origin. Now let us understand few basic things that is to be introduced here in this chapter. That is, what are the coordinate of origin? This is origin, it is represented by O. Origin has coordinate. At this point we have x is 0 and y is also 0. Okay. Now if we have to calculate the point on x-axis, point on x-axis, let us suppose that we have point P on x-axis. It will be represented by x0. x0, why it is 0 on y and x here. X, that means it is a variable and it can take any value. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to so on, any value. And y is 0 here. Whenever you take value on this point, for example, I take it as 2, 0. It is 2. If I take it 2, this point has y as 0 because here it is 0. Y is 0 and x is 2. So it has point P 2, 0. Similarly, we have this is x-axis. Point on x-axis, point on y-axis. If we talk about point on y-axis, point on y-axis, it will be like this. Let us suppose 0 and y. 0 and y. X will always be 0 on y-axis and y can have any value. It could be positive, it could be negative. For example, I take value as this point as q. If I take this point as q, then what will be the coordinate? Coordinate will be equal to 0 and 3 because here x is 0 and point y is 3. So these are the basic things that you have to understand before learning this concept. Now come to our topic, that what is distance formula? Distance formula, that is under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is A and B. A, that is equal to, it has coordinate x1 y1, B has coordinate x2 y2. Okay, x1 y1 x2 y2, and we have to calculate the distance between two given point, that is AB is equal to D. AB is equal to D. This is the distance. It will be given by formula, that is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Simply substitute the value of x1, x2, y1, y2 and under root it. You will get the distance between these two given point. It could be in any unit. Now, one more thing you have to understand here, that sometimes few questions can be with value this term, like this x, y. What is x here? Term x in this we known as abscissa. This term x is known as your abscissa and y is known as your ordinate. Abscissa and ordinate, these are two terms that is to be used for x and y. This x is abscissa